All right, so yeah, me and the cat are here today to install some studded tires on the fat bike. So got this fisheye lens here. I don't know if my audio is okay or any of that. Good thing I'm so prepared. It's not like I've done this before or anything. Let's go ahead and get that out of the way. So the thing about this fat bike is that I just really haven't maintained it like I should have. I haven't even lubed the chain in a year, so it's holding up pretty well. It's still smooth. There's no crunchiness, but I don't ride it in utter filth, or at least I haven't until I came out here to Vancouver Island. So I haven't even opened or looked at these tires yet. It was so rough. I was waiting almost 3 weeks for these tires. It's really rare to get snow out here in the quantity and for the duration that we have. Like, we'll get snow, but it'll melt by the next day. And this stuck around for a week, so I was hoping that these would show up sooner. But we got a dusting of snow this morning, so I think the forecast is going to remain true, because they say we're due for snow for the rest of the week. And there's this here. So my main concern about these tires is that there doesn't seem to be anything like right down the middle, like on the cheapo studs that I reviewed initially. Those $40 pair back in Ontario. But this has more studs on the outside, so I think we'll be doing better there. At least for sidewall performance, so when you're going into turns sideways, you don't just have your wheel go out from under you. Oh no, I ordered the wrong size tire. Live stream's over, everybody. That's it. Wowee. Why is it so hard? All right, that's pretty cool. Which direction does it roll? I'm just north of Victoria on Vancouver Island. I'm west of Duncan. So if you look at Mark Wallace Bikes on Instagram and McKay Vizina, some giant pro factory riders, I'm about 20 minutes from where they live, and we ride the same stuff. we're just starting to get some trails where I live. There's not really anything here except for some old hiking trails that have been revived. There's a lot more being developed though. I wish I had an outside shot of where I am, because if I just look out my office here, there's these beautiful mountains just right here that have no trails on them whatsoever. And Timber West owns basically all of the hills in the area. So getting access agreements with them has been an uphill battle. But recently they've seen the light and they want to do more with the mountain biking community. Probably has something to do with the fact that Vancouver Island stopped their logging activities, because there was a question raised about who is benefiting from the logging on the island. It seems like most of the profits are going away from the island and to US companies and people on the mainland. So yeah, they're trying to change that image now, and giving us access to our own public lands is probably one of the easiest ways to get a better public, well, relations, to be honest. All right. Yeah, it's been a while since I have worked on, oh man, I kind of wish that we had as much ice as Ontario does. I really love winter riding. It's far preferable to muddy riding. Oh yeah, that doesn't sound annoying at all. Yeah, I'm not going to go tubeless with these either, in case anybody was wondering, because I'm super lazy and I don't know where my stand sealant is, or I don't have enough Gorilla Tape to convert these into tubeless. So just, that's a thing. Why is it taking so long? Yeah, I keep wishing for more winter weather out here, and everybody looks at me like I'm insane. They want the snow gone. They want their plants growing and stuff, and I'm just like, come on, man. I need just 2 more weekends of icy weather to ride with my studs. And they just look at me like, well, I want it to melt. I'm like, okay, that's good for you. Can't you let me have this? Oh, that was super easy, but this thing doesn't have cush core on it, so it's like a meme, isn't it? But it's true. So, Good Trails, are you gonna get any studded tires? These things were a fortune, but like they were way cheaper than when I looked last year. Because from what I recall, last year's sets would have been $475, but these cost $330, I think. I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't say it on here. That's nice. What a quality invoice. But these are the VEE Snowshoe XL. So silica compound. Fat bike video with RSD. What is RSD? Oh man, you gotta get studs. Like riding this fat bike without studs in Ontario, it There was a very narrow range of conditions where it's acceptable. I'll put it that way. Hey, that's a cool name for a bike company. Pretty sure that's Regular Guy Mountain Biking, his sign off. Keep the rubber side down, or party on the pedals as well. Gene. I don't think I took enough air out. That's the sad reality I've been kind of struggling with the last 30 seconds here, not wanting to admit. The thing is, live streaming your mess ups with bike maintenance is so much more fun and real, isn't it? Oh, I can forget that I messed up that time I did it by myself, but can't forget it if if you live streamed it. Come on. Come on. Somebody give me a hint. What do I do here? And then we watched him ruin his only inner tube for his fat bike, and he had to make it tubeless. Oh, it is tubeless ready. That is interesting. I have a valve stem, but no sealant. So, guess it wasn't in the cards still. Let me just put that there. Yeah. Man, that is a big ass rim. Woo! It's like a motorcycle. Alright. Where? Yeah. Well, with a name like Rubber Side Down Bikes, at least they seem like they got a great sense of humor. Giant has always seemed kind of cold and sterile. All these other companies have such good social media outreach, and you know, Diamondback has their U-Tour program, and then there's Giant. Inner tubes can get clogged, can't they? Because I feel like this thing's valve got a little bit cloggy. At least that's my excuse. So, that way. Yeah, like this. So have you ridden any of Rubber Side Down's other bikes? Do they have anything more advanced than like hardtail or gravel? You know, trail bike, enduro, that kind of thing? Okay, I have to admit that I've never replaced the tires on this fat bike before, so I'm kind of new to such a huge rim. I don't know how to... I swear this has never happened to me before. No, I know what I'm doing. I'm a professional. Gotta line up that valve stem. It's not there yet. I I probably did this in the wrong order again, huh? I think if you do things right, it's so much less entertaining. So maybe subconsciously I'm just like, oh, do it wrong, it'll be so much funnier. All right, plan is working. I am making this tire look so foolish right now. Oh yeah, that's a success. All right, mission accomplished. Yeah, I don't know who's slamming doors or why. What the hell? When did they come around? Like, when did they start producing bikes? Alright, one tire is done, I'm pretty sure. The easy one. Shit'll buff out. And this thingy. This thingy and that thingy. I think they thingy together to undeally the thingamajig. 2012. Hey, that's pretty recent. So at least they're like, they've been around when, you know, the modern era of mountain biking has been at hand. At least they probably get it more than, I don't know. I don't have a percentage, but what percentage of bike manufacturers do you think get it, and which ones don't? Does it even work like that? Am I just being too simplistic here? Trying to make an easy answer for everything. Probably also doing this wrong too, because yeah, I haven't removed this thing's rear wheel since I've owned it. Oh, Panda, so good at bike maintenance. Hey, look, you know what? If you want a channel to tell you how to do bike maintenance, you've come to the wrong place. If you want to learn how to fix shit after it falls apart because you didn't maintain it properly, then maybe this is the channel for you. How do you undo a wheel? Having no luck here. Probably rusted to hell. That's great. Okay, so maybe if you came here to learn how to maintain your bike after you have not maintained it, then this is also not the right place. Gotta say, swinging over 3 here. There you go. You know what? I changed my mind. It's the right place. You're here. Alright. Oh, I guess we gotta undo both of them separately. Oh my god, that's so retro. I just got this thing like a year and a half ago. But it's kind of funny that it's got like 1990s style. That's one of the things. This is a bike manufacturer that doesn't get it, I think. I mean, these pedals, they move so smooth. I love this bottom bracket. This whole bike feels so smooth. It feels like it's more expensive than it is. But then you get to taking it apart and you're like, why? Yeah, this is Panda's garage, where we leave our tools on the ground and have a 236-inch lav mic wire that we trip over. It's an OSHA approved work environment. Where do you buy used bikes from? Do you just go on Craigslist, eBay, Pink Bike, Kijiji, if you're Canadian? Do they have Kijiji in the States? All right. A bike hack. Look at that. Use paper towel. You don't get your hands dirty. You don't fuck up your bike frame. We're getting somewhere. Another bike hack. Using your U-lock through the seat rails. Nice foot clamp for holding this thing down while you work on it. Okay. Yeah, I bought my Giant straight from Giant. I got it the 2017 Trans 2, brand new. Just my friend, he had a Giant hybrid bike and he was really impressed with it. He was trying to convince me to look into Giant bikes when I was looking into my purchase. And I didn't want to buy them. I didn't know why. I think it was just the name, the look. They look like cheaper bikes, more basic. I don't know how to put it. I've heard other people describe it almost the same way, that they just don't think that Giants look very flashy, which is true, true enough. But in Canada, ultimately, when you're buying new bikes, there's very few choices at a reasonable price. You know, Alex will tell people to go to Adventuron in the States, which is great deals there. We don't have anything like that in Canada that I'm aware of, because they sell like below the corporate rate almost on Diamondback models and you know, Raleigh, other brands that if you want to get up here, you're going to be spending a bit more on the import fees, on customer service, because if you have anything go wrong with the parts, now you have to ship it back to the States. And that's a very real issue. I couldn't get a Diamondback replacement part for this coil full suspension that I had. And it was weird because I worked with Seth and Seth's contacts to try and get the replacement part. And initially they said, hey, we can do it. But then they changed their mind and said, like, sorry, but you know, we're just US only. We have Diamondback International, but that's not us, so we can't do it for you. Huh. So you say based on having a few treks and one giant, you think they have weak quality control. But you've had 3 Norcos and they're rock solid. How do you, what's the word? How do you put that into perspective with Jordan Boostmaster destroying 4 Norco Truax frames? I don't know what I was doing there, trying to take the tire off by hand. Silly. Yeah. So did Giant, I think. But Jordan's replacement frames were more newer. Like his last replacement frame was a year and a half ago, wasn't it? And then he just got a replacement 3 or 4 months ago that he then sold his bike from. It's just kind of weird to me that they would keep sending him the replacement frame of what is apparently a crap bike into the year 2018. Where'd you go, valve stem? Doo-doo. Yeah, that's true. I guess Jordan might have also refused anything newer because he does like 26ers. I think some Boostmaster bike trivia would be kind of fun. If you've seen the B1 Jeopardy games, he gets people together and they have this Jeopardy board with categories and questions about the YouTube mountain biking community. I just think it'd be kind of cool to see if anybody knows more about Jordan Boostmaster's bike history and preferences than he does. He's got very specific views, and they're very interesting to listen to. He doesn't like large bikes, and I always wondered why. I thought maybe it was just about the maneuverability or the flickability of the bike, and it's totally about that. But it's also about the reach of a bike. Like when you're going down steep stuff, you don't want to have too long of a reach because then it's awkward. Like you find yourself going really far forward to grab on your handlebars and maintain your butt as far back as you possibly can. So yeah, I hadn't thought of that before, but I've experienced it. So it's cool to get to listen to people who have years of experience with bikes and geometry and marketing bullshit, really. Fucking hell. That was harder than most of the tire installation has been so far. Just getting this stupid thing off. All right. Yeah, it's a giant hamster wheel, all right. Although you'd have to be a pretty narrow hamster to fit in between those spokes. Because you know how hamster wheels work, right? The hamster goes on the inside and spins it around. It doesn't stand on the outside like a tiny creature rotating a planet. All right, this is always, it's like when figuring out which way a tire rotates when you put it on the rim, to me, is kind of similar to when somebody in a sentence says the word former or latter. Like, oh, I want a red ice cream cone on a blue plate, but the former better have sprinkles on it while the latter should have chocolate. I sit there and freak out. Which one should have which? And yeah, to bring it back to the initial point, figuring out which tire rotation to put it on, you have to like imagine it in your head, and yeah, well, whatever. Sure, that just didn't make any sense. Unless what? There. We'll put it that way. Don't let anybody tell us what to do. So, I guess I'll try letting some air out of this thing first. A lot of people saw boost spacing hubs, and a lot of people still do see boost spacing hubs as just marketing shtick. But after listening to some of the engineers rant about it, it makes a lot of sense. It's just amazing that we can do it with lightweight now. That's the real key. Modern materials, man. We've come a long way. No, this is wrong. Need to spin it around. Yeah, I think. Oh God. Rotates this way. Yeah, this is right now. Yes, the former rotation configuration would have been wrong, while the latter is correct. Oh dude, my camper. Okay, so the camper's dead. Just totally dead. I unloaded it from the truck and destroyed it because it was my first time unloading it from the truck, and I was on uneven ground, and there's like this much freaking space in between the truck camper and the truck bed. And uneven ground means that like oh my God, like yeah, it's not good, man. But I'm looking for a new one now. So there's that. I think I should do it the way I did last time. Who says it has to be the wrong way? Like if it works, right? Just because I don't see anybody else do it this way. They use a trash can in a similar method, so like who's wrong, suckers? Nobody. Yeah. So while I was taking stuff out of the camper still, I noticed that, oh my God, it's not sealing. So I noticed that there was mold forming in the kitchen area, And I haven't been in there in a few months, so it hasn't been impacting me, but it was there and I didn't even know. That's so weird. All right, now we got both done. Damn, these tires smell like candy. What the? Come on, washer. There you go. Just hand tighten it, right? That's all you need to do. Should have applied some liquid rust so that it stays shut. It's a joke. Obviously, I mean thread loca, as these South Africans say it very funny. I love it. Thread loca. Oh, I probably just did this wrong. Oh. All right. I'm like, why is the chain line all whack? Probably because it's not on. Okay. All right, I think I'm gonna go grab the air pump in a moment and just pump these babies up. But yeah, I like what we've got here now. Definitely a functional item combination, I do believe. It's not like I'm cutting away from, you know, the installation because it went wrong and I have to redo something or any of that. But so I'm gonna wish you guys a happy rest of your day, and I'm gonna get going back to work, but I do plan on going for a night ride later with the re-emergence of the Panda Mega LED coupled with the fat bike and new studded tires. So I think we'll all have something to look forward to. Me a ride and you guys some video content very soon. So until next time, you guys know what to do. Go ride.